Welcome back to PyBatch YouTube, and today we're going to write a time-it decorator. Let's dive straight in. Wrote an article a while back just for definitions. Decorator basically is any callable object that's used to modify a function method or class definition. And you see this at syntax, but that's basically syntax sugar for doing my decorator. We're calling my decorator on my function and returning the function. So let's start with the most basic design. And we're going to call this time_it. It receives a function. It's going to do something with the function in a wrapped function, which you can just name anything. I just call it wrapped, right? So first of all, I'm going to time whatever function is doing. So here I'm just going to call function. I'm going to from time import time. I'm going to start the timer. Function is getting called. Then we're going to end the timer and we're going to just print end minus start. And there's still some things to do, but just let's build the most basic decorator first. My function, and that's going to just sleep for a bit. And then we can use this time decorator with the add syntactic sugar way. Again, this is the same as doing my function. And of course, I need to call my function as well at the end. But this would be the same as my func equals time_it my func. Let's actually try that first. Oops. Sleep takes an argument, so I need to give that 1 for 1 second. And it just prints the difference. Cool. Next step, let's just call it nicely like this. Same result. Nice. So the only thing is what happens if we pass in arguments to the function. For example, I have time to sleep integer. And now we use time to sleep. Then we might have a problem because the arguments are not passed along into the decorator, right? And effectively, it says takes 0 position arguments, but 1 was given. So at this point, we need to also pass in the args and keyword args and pass those into the function. And this design will make it more robust so we can call it with any argument. So that works again. We can also make a bit nicer message here. Say func. You can always get the function name with the named under. Took, maybe round it to an integer. Seconds. Using f strings. And yeah, you could say second or seconds, but that's, you get the point. 2 seconds. And it takes 2 seconds. Cool. Lastly, what you always want to do with decorators is use reps. So from func tools, import reps. And that will keep the docstring and functions metadata when you're debugging. Let me actually show you what happens if you don't do that. So if I add a docstring, this function does some work. And if we would inspect, so we don't call the decorator yet. And if we were to inspect the docstring, that should work, right? However, if we decorate it and we don't use reps, I've commented that out, we will lose the docstring as well as the annotations, for example. Annotations, let's add some more annotations. Again, let's start with not calling the decorator. And here, again, I get the docstring, but also the annotations, right? Calling the decorator, this is now gone, right? So that's a bit of a problem when you're debugging. You want to always keep the metadata of your object. But reps to the rescue, if you use this reps, which by itself is also a decorator, this should still work. And I made a mistake because we also have to pass in the function into the reps decorator. That's my bad. And then it works, right? Docstring and the annotations. So here you go. Here's a template of a timed decorator, which again is just a plain function. It has an inner function, which you can call anything. You pass in the arcs and quarks. You pass those to the function, which gets passed in. We start the timer, end the timer, and then print how long the function takes. And then to apply it, we can just do add time it on any function. So we can do this, and that's a nice thing about decorators. You can apply them over and over again, right? So if I have a second function that's going to, I don't know, just print something. Then calling both functions should also work. And this one requires that sleep time. My func took 1 second. Then my func is called, which prints hello. So that goes first. And then you see the performance of my func 2, which is 0 seconds. That's immediately returned. And there's one final change, by the way, I need to make. For example, if my func would actually return a value, that's not going to work. So ret is my func 2, print ret. And let's comment this to focus on that second function. What will happen now? None. So it swallowed the value. So one thing I forgot is to capture whatever func returns. Oops. Result. And after the printing, I want to return the result, right? So now not only do we call the function, we also return its result. And that should now print 1. So that's an important thing I forgot. And now I consider this decorator done. And I will post it in a gist, and we'll link it below. So there you go, a timed decorator from scratch. Apart from seeing that add timed is just syntactic sugar and how it actually works, important note on the functools.reps to keep your functions metadata. Hope this is helpful. It's also a PyBytes tip, so you can check out the book here, and I see you in the next video.